We're Will and Kendall Moore, and we've been coming to First Mansfield for 6 years, and we have a daughter, Holland, who's 5. I can say the first time we ever came here, it felt like home. Everybody was so welcoming and friendly, and especially when we visited the life group the first time, they just immediately took us in and treated us like we had been there forever.
For me, what Launch was all about was we both came from really small Baptist churches growing up, and this large-scale initiative was new to us. There was parts that were unknown to us. We had questions. We were nervous about stuff. I know we spent that fall leading into Launch praying together, praying separately. We prayed that God would lead us, direct us, give us a number, give us a direction, and then most importantly, that God would give us a soft heart, a cheerful attitude about it. Because when you give more of something else has got to give, and we wanted to make sure that we went into it with a good heart and a good spirit.
At the time when we made our commitments, we had pretty good finances. I mean, I'm in real estate and the market was really great back then. And so when we made the commitment, it was not a big deal. And we prayed about it and felt led to give more. I think for me, what's been the most challenging thing is, like I said, the market was great back in 21, and then last year it kind of tanked, and this year it's worse. And so, my income is very flexible. And it's never been a question of if we were going to follow through with our commitment. That's always like off the top for us, but it stung in other areas, and we had to adjust our spending and get very uncomfortable. And so instead of it being like checking a box, which it was before, it became more of a decision. Like, I made this commitment, I'm gonna follow through with it. And I think that the Lord has blessed us in that, because we've never suffered through it. He's always provided, and the money's come from somewhere. And just when we think we're gonna have a really bad month and like, how are we gonna pay for this? Then I get a call that somebody is looking for a house or something like that. And even when, Will had surgeries a couple of years ago and he's had to take time off work, and Holland also has medical issues that we have to take off for, we've never wanted for anything that we actually need. And it's made us reevaluate, what do we actually need and what's important to invest in.
As she said, we never struggled going 6 months without income. It's difficult, it's challenging, but we made it through it. I know we trust each other more, we trust God more. I think our giving has given us a better perspective of needs and wants, and prioritizing God first. No regrets. We've grown from it. I think we've just grown closer all around.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too, is giving up control, because I am a control freak, and it's hard to just say, okay, God, whatever you want us to do, we're gonna do it. He's always followed through for us. When we went to the Pathfinder Summit and we were talking about what kind of legacy do you want to leave, I think that really hit us, because we now have a daughter, and so when you have a kid, it just puts it into perspective what kind of legacy you want to leave them, and also just what you want to give to the world, because that is something that we're supposed to do, is to spread the gospel throughout the world. And by donating to Launch, we're helping that along.
So one of the big learning moments for us is when we didn't have income and still giving. I think he taught us just to trust him. When the next 3 months are going to be unknown, trust him. When even after the 3 months and I go back to work, how much pain am I going to make? Can I stay at work? All those kind of questions, the unknown. We like to have all the answers, and we just didn't have all the answers, but we moved forward not knowing the answers. And I think I learned, I think we both learned, to just trust, to take action and trust for the result, that God's got it. It's in his hands. He just needs the effort. He wants the actions, and the results are in his hands.
If you're struggling in following through with your Launch commitment, I would just encourage you to keep going. And like we keep saying, just trust God with the end result, because I can say, as a person who struggles with like doubt and anxiety and wanting to be in control of everything. That's probably the greatest thing that this has taught me, is to just let go and trust God with the results. And because anything that God gives you is going to be better than the best thing that the world could give you.